Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, students. Welcome to my class, our English class. How are you today, students? Good. Thank you. I always doing good. Thanks. All right. Everybody here? Students, everybody here? All right. In that case, I will take your absence. Okay. Please tell me if you. Yeah. Students one. Student one. Okay. Student two. Student three. Student 4? Are student 4 here? Good. Student 5? Good. Alright, before we start our lessons today, let class leader lead your friend to pray. Alright. Alright, students, before we start our lessons today, um, I hope you stay healthy out there. Don't forget don't forget to wear mask wherever you go. I hope you also uh, get healthy, and yeah, I think that's all. And I want to remind you about the importance of study at home. Don't forget to study. uh, is it not a reason we are not in class? You have to learn a lot, because in these situations we can't attend to the real class, only in this class. uh, don't bored to learn. Okay. All right. All right, let's start the lessons. What is our lessons today? Yeah, good. We will learn about analytical exposition text. So, I will explain it about analytical exposition text. Please listen and take a look at your screen. Uh, what is the analytical exposition text? Analytical exposition is a text that elaborates the writer's opinions on phenomena or issues without persuading the readers to do something. This text will persuade the readers that the phenomena or issues are important or worth to be discussed by providing arguments and opinions to support the topic. President, I will repeat it again. Please listen carefully. Analytical exposition is a text that elaborates the writer's opinion on phenomena or issues without persuading the readers to do something. This text will only persuade the readers that the phenomena or issues are important, worth to be discussed by providing arguments or opinions to support the topic. Alright? Who can explain it with the simple word? Any of you? Yeah. Analytical exposition text is a writer's thought for something in their life. Is it a things or an events or maybe a place? The social functions of this text is to persuade the readers that the topic is important and worth it to be discussed. Okay, now we move to the structure of analytical exposition text. There are three structure. The first one is thesis, consists about the main topic, the arguments, opinions to support the main topic, and the last is reiteration, or we can call it a conclusion, a reaffirmation of position and opinions. Alright, thesis always founded in the first paragraph. In this part, we can see why the writers give the opinions for something that happened in their topic. Okay, now we move to the arguments. There are usually more than one arguments because the more arguments showed, the more readers will believe that the topic is important to be discussed. Okay, now we move to the conclusion that will always be in the last paragraph and consists of reaffirmations of the opinions about the arguments above. Okay, now let's see the example of the analytical exposition text. Now you can see here the title is the importance of having breakfast. Now, like I said before, the thesis is always in the first paragraph. Okay, I will I will read it for you. In a busy morning, people tend to skip their breakfast. Actually, there are many benefits of having breakfast. There are two reasons why it is important. Okay, uh, here are the two reasons that it will be the arguments. Like I said before, students, the arguments likely to be more than one. Okay, uh, I will read it for you. Having breakfast helps us feel more focused for the coming day. When we study at school and did have breakfast before, we will more likely to not focus during the lesson. There's nothing worse than being constantly aware that you are hungry and counting the minutes until lunchtime. Having breakfast in the morning not only fuels us until lunchtime, sorry, but actually gives our brains the essential energy to function and focus better on tasks, so we can concentrate more. Now we move to arguments two. Sorry, in the third paragraph, I will read it again for you. Having breakfast will also control our appetite. If we don't eat breakfast, we are much more likely to end up snacking throughout the morning, which could pile up the unhealthy calories. Stay away from overly refined snack with added sugar. So, if you do feel like snacking, have some slices of fruits. Okay, and the last paragraph is the conclusion or reiteration. Uh, I will read it for you. Please listen. The two reasons above, to help us feel more focused and to control our appetite, are only some of many reasons out there on why having breakfast is important. There are indeed many other benefits of having breakfast. Right? Uh, let's move to the language features of analytical exposition text. There are four language features that consist on the analytical exposition text. The first is simple present tense. The second one is words that express writer's feeling or idea. The third one is internal conjunction. And the last one is causal conjunction. Okay, this text use simple present tense. Okay, and the second one is the word that express writer's feelings or idea. For example, experience, feel, now, one, can I edit? Yeah, student one, realize, good. What else? Yeah, sense, good. What else? Things, of course. Thank you. All right. The third language features that consist on the analytical exposition text is internal conjunction that have uh, four categories in it. Okay, the first one is additions. For example, like besides, anything else? Yeah, good. In additions, what else? Yeah, good. Further. And the second one is comparisons. For example, but, meanwhile, what else? On the other hand, good. And the third one is time. For example, second, then, what else? Yeah, good. Next. And the last one is cause effects. For example, consequence, as a result, and what else? What? Yeah, good. So, okay. And the last language features in analytical exposition text is causal conjunction. Okay? For example, result, because, by, consequently, what else? Despite, good, due to, good, for that reason, good. Alright? Now we move to the next slide. Here is I will show you a video. I hope you watch it carefully because after this I will give some questions for you, okay, students? So watch carefully and there you go.
Hi everyone. On this occasion, I would like to talk about smoking habits among people. Before we are going to smoke, it is better to look at the fact. You know, about 50,000 people die every year in Britain as direct result of smoking. This is 7 times as many as die in road accidents. Nearly a quarter of smokers die because of diseases caused by smoking. 90% of lung cancers are caused by smoking. If we smoke 5 cigarettes a day, we are 6 times more likely to die of lung cancer than a non-smoker. If we smoke 20 cigarettes a day, the risk is 19 greater. 95% of people who suffer of bronchitis are people who are smoking. Smokers are 2.5 times more likely to die of heart disease than non-smokers. Additionally, children of smoker are more likely to develop bronchitis and pneumonia. In 1 hour in a smoky room, non-smoker breathes as much as substance causing cancer as if he had smoked 15 cigarettes. Smoking is really good for tobacco companies because they do make much money from smoking habit. Smoking, however, is not good for everybody else. So, do you still want to smoke?
Alright. I will repeat it again.
Hi.
Students, so listen and watch carefully because after this I will give you a question, okay?
Hi everyone. On this occasion, I would like to talk about smoking habits among people. Before we are going to smoke, it is better to look at the fact. You know, about 50,000 people die every year in Britain as direct result of smoking. This is 7 times as many as die in road accidents. Nearly a quarter of smokers die because of diseases caused by smoking. 90% of lung cancers are caused by smoking. If we smoke 5 cigarettes a day, we are 6 times more likely to die of lung cancer than a non-smoker. If we smoke 20 cigarettes a day, the risk is 19 greater. 95% of people who suffer of bronchitis are people who are smoking. Smokers are 2.5 times more likely to die of heart disease than non-smokers. Additionally, children of smoker are more likely to develop bronchitis and pneumonia. In 1 hour in a smoky room, non-smoker breathes as much as substance causing cancer as if he had smoked 15 cigarettes. Smoking is really good for tobacco companies because they do make much money from smoking habit. Smoking, however, is not good for everybody else. So, do you still want to smoke?
Alright, students, do you get it? Okay, good. Now, let's take a look at the questions. The first question is, what does the speaker in the video think? Anyone else? Anyone else want to answer this question? Yeah, student 5? Yeah, good. In this video, the speaker thinks that smoking is a very bad habit for life, okay? Not only for the smokers, but it had a serious impact for the non-smokers too. Okay, good, student 5. And the second question is, what do you think about the topic in the video? Right, student 3? Okay, good. The topic is important and worth it to be discussed because the fact of the smoking habit is so harmful for our life. Good. Student 3. And what type is the text? Yeah, of course, the type of this text is analytical exposition text. Why? Good, because the speaker tried to persuade people how important the topic is with arguments that delivered by him. Okay? Okay, good. Now I will show you the example of analytical exposition text. Okay? I want you to read and analyze the structure, functions, and language features in it. Okay? And I will read it for you. So listen carefully and analyze the structure, functions, and language features in it. Okay? Why books are important for us? A wise man once said, "A learning without book mean nothing." In my opinion, this statement is true. Why do I say that? This is for several reasons. Firstly, books are important because they develop the minds of people who read them. Even if you don't agree with what another has done in a book, you can at least have formed your own ideas on what would have been better. This leads to the critical thinking skills. These critical thinking skills are a necessity for the development of cultures. Secondly, book contains so much more than just the story. They record the facts. They review history. Books are the documentation of themes that relate to everyone. You can even learn about a period in history just looking at what books were popular and published during that time. For instance, the classic Tales of Two Cities by Charles Dickens is set in the French Revolution era. The last thing I'll say is that books are essential to life because they do not only carry knowledge, but they also entertain us. They entertain us with stories ranging from mystery and drama to comedy, adventures, and autobiographies. In other words, you can read book about anything. These possibilities are limitless, and that is one of the many lessons you can learn from reading books. Based on the reasons listed above, it is obvious that books have a great influence in our life. Without books, we may learn nothing. Okay? Alright, students. Now we move to the explanation about this text. As you can see here, the first paragraph is the thesis paragraph. Then most of the tenses are in the present. Okay, and there are consists of three arguments here. Okay, and the red line is the topic sentence followed by the supporting sentence here, as you can see in the second till the fourth paragraph. Okay, and the last paragraph is always reiterations. Okay, right, do you get it? Any question? Any questions, students? No. Good. All right, now we move to your paperwork. Okay, I will read it for you. Please read it on your screen. Okay, So you have to make a learning note about the text structure, functions, and language features of the analytical exposition text that I have explained it to you, okay, as creatively as possible. Don't forget, please take a look at the note. Take a picture of the paperwork as clear as possible and send to the WhatsApp class group, our WhatsApp class group, okay? This paperwork is submit no later than 22 o'clock this evening. Alright, so then I hope you submit this paperwork before 22 o'clock, okay? Alright. Now, before I close our meeting today, I want to ask you some questions. Okay, what is the analytical exposition text? Mm-hmm. Right, good. The analytical exposition text is a writer's thought for something in their life. Is it a things, okay, events, or maybe a place? All right, good. What is the social functions of this text? Good. The social function is to persuade readers that the topic is important and worthy to be discussed. Right, good. How many generic structures consist on this text? Yeah, good. There are three generic structures on this text. The first one is thesis, good. Arguments, good. Yeah, reiterations, good. And for the language structure, yeah, good. There are four language features in analytical exposition text. Okay. The first one is always use simple present tense. Good. The words that express the writer's feelings or idea. Good. Internal conjunctions that have four categories. What is it? Addition, comparisons, time, and cause effect. Okay, and the last is causal conjunction. Good. Alright, students. Before I close it, any questions? Any questions, students? Right, good. And I will remind you to submit your paperwork, okay? Don't later than 22 o'clock. Right. Alright, students. I want to remind you, stay at home and always wear your mask wherever you go, okay? And I hope you stay healthy and don't forget to study at home, okay? Right, class leader. Uh, before we ended our class today, please lead your friend to pray. All right, students, thank you for your attention today. And don't forget your tasks and stay healthy, stay at home. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.